July 10th, 1943, near Prokhorovka, Soviet Union. The earth quakes as 6,000 tanks clash in the largest armored battle the world has ever seen. Kursk is alive with fire. Smoke blackens the skies, wheat fields burn, and machine guns hammer without pause. Tigers and panthers charge, steel beasts grinding forward. Yet in that chaos, amid the thunder of artillery and the screams of men, one T-34 rumbles forward alone, its crew facing the impossible. Commander Ivan Bagrov, 23, is the last of his platoon. His crew is exhausted, shells are low, and fuel is near gone. Their T-34, call sign Wolfhound, limps across scorched terrain.
We're surrounded.
Then we fight through.
Above, the Luftwaffe shrieks low, engines howling as bombs tumble. To the west, 20 Panzer IVs crest the ridge, advancing in perfect formation, steel silhouettes against a burning horizon. Their turrets swivel, guns locking. They've seen him. One lone T-34, outnumbered, outgunned, yet still moving. The Germans fan out in a pincer. Radio chatter crackling with cold efficiency. Engines roar, treads grinding, turrets swinging like predators closing in. Ivan peers through the smoke-smeared periscope, heart hammering.
We have one shot into the trees.
Driver Nikolai slams the throttle. The T-34 jolts forward, plunging into a shallow ravine. Dirt sprays high as steel claws the earth. A German shell crashes nearby. Petrov steadies his trembling hands. He fires. The recoil kicks. A Panzer blooms into fire.
One down!
A shell clips the track. The T-34 jerks, grinding sideways. They're boxed in. Trees to the front, hill to the rear, iron closing in on both sides.
We can't stop here!
Ivan scans the chaos, then salvation. A trench, half collapsed, narrow but deep.
Into the gully! Now!
With a roar, Nikolai hurls the machine forward. The T-34 dives nose first into the trench, steel shrieking against earth, the tank burying itself like some wounded beast clawing for cover. German shells pound the ridge above them, geysers of fire and dirt raining down. Inside the claustrophobic hull, sweat runs in rivers. Hands tremble on levers.
We just became ghosts.
Hearts pound like drums, silence for a breath. For 10 minutes they lie still. Engine off, lungs burning with every held breath. Inside the cramped steel coffin, the silence is unbearable. Above them, German tanks rumble in circles, their treads grinding soil into ash. One Panzer rolls so close that the crew hears the turret whining as it turns. Ivan's hand rests on his pistol, knuckles white.
If they find us.
Petrov doesn't answer. He just nods, jaw clenched, eyes fixed on the dim red glow inside the turret. Then, the scream of a Stuka. Bombs detonate nearby, shaking the earth like the sky itself is falling. Dust rains down. For a moment it feels like their grave is sealed. But the chaos outside changes everything. Engines shift. Orders barked in German, the Panzers begin to pull away. Ivan risks a glance through the periscope. Smoke, fire, movement, and a gap. A convoy staggered, exposed.
Now! Floor it!
The T-34 roars awake. It bursts from the trench like a demon unleashed, tracks clawing mud, spewing dirt and fire in its wake.
3 o'clock. Tiger! Ignore it. Speed!
The Tiger fires. Thunder cracks. But the shell slams wide. Another follows. The Wolfhound swerves through wrecks, weaving between pillars of fire. The German line falters, disoriented, confused. But the T-34 never looks back. They reach a clearing. The T-34 coughs smoke, its engine straining. They can't keep outrunning Panzers forever. Ivan makes his call.
We ambush. There. That ridge.
The Wolfhound rumbles backward into tall grass, camouflaged by dust and silence. The engine dies. The crew waits, every breath shallow. Minutes drag. Then, steel grinds. 3 German tanks crest the ridge, moving slow, unaware.
Steady.
Ivan whispers, hand hovering over the trigger.
Lead tank, now!
The 76mm round smashes through armor. Fire erupts. Screams vanish under the roar of exploding steel. The other panzers halt, turrets swinging frantically. Confusion, hesitation, that's all Ivan needs. The T-34 spits flame again. A second panzer erupts, its turret blown skyward in a fountain of sparks. The third tank pivots hard, trying to escape, but Petrov is already locked in. Another blast. Smoke and fire swallow the machine whole. Ivan exhales, lowering his pistol. With a growl, the Wolfhound disappears once more into the endless Russian woods, leaving only wreckage behind.
That's for the boys!
Radio static crackles through the cabin.
Soviet units, 5 kilometers northeast.
Ivan's bloodshot eyes narrow. His voice is raw.
We can make it.
But before hope can settle, movement flashes through the smoke. 2 more German tanks, one on the left, another sliding wide to flank. Engines growl, cannons turn. The road ahead is gone. Petrov's knuckles whiten around the breach. Nikolai glances back, terror in his eyes. No escape now. Ivan makes his choice. Steel collides with steel. The T-34 slams headlong into the Panzer. Armor bends, tracks snap. At point blank, Petrov squeezes the trigger. The second German turns to engage. Smoke blinds them. By the time its turret swings, the Wolfhound is already past, clawing forward. Fuel gauge hits empty. Then, over the ridge, silhouettes, T-34s. Red flare arcs into the sky, painting the clouds crimson. Ivan slumps back in his seat, breath ragged, lips curling into a tired smile. They made it. That night, the Wolfhound rests, smoldering in a grove of pine. Its armor is scarred, its tracks bent, smoke curling into the cold air like the last breath of a beast. Ivan walks among the burned trees, helmet in hand, boots crunching through ash. He stops, looking upward. The stars pierce through drifting smoke.
For them,
Petrov sits atop the battered tank in silence, eyes hollow but alive. Nikolai leans against the hull, too exhausted to speak. 4 souls who refuse to die. 1 tank that carried them through hell. The Wolfhound is broken, but it lives. The Soviets never learned the names of every German crew destroyed in that field. But history remembers the escape, not as chance, not as miracle, but as something harder. Steel, grit, and sheer human defiance.